Team God. 69 and 89 teams, so we got a lot of activities going to be happening on the hill this weekend. So excited to get back out on the field today. Yesterday was a really good practice. Energy level is extremely high. The guys are flying around, and I anticipate nothing but the best today. And again, this football team is just focused on getting better today, and that's all I can ask. So with that, I'll open up.
Do you like these 11 o'clock kickoffs? Just kind of get up and get to it.
Well, not really, but it is what it is. You don't like laying around a hotel all day either. But we'll change our plans a little bit on how we get our guys up and get them rolling, and kind of similar to what we did at A&M. Try to get off to a fast start, but it is what it is, and whether it's 11 o'clock or 4 o'clock, it really doesn't matter at this stage.
Last time you guys were in the stadium, a lot of disappointment. Anxious to get back at home and turn things around here.
Yeah, there's no question on that. Just the ability to, as I've said before, we're putting ourselves in position to win games. We got to go find ways now to win them, and it's coming. These guys are continuing to put forth the work and the effort, and that's all I can ask right now, and it's coming.
How's the quarterbacks
having success against this Auburn defense? What do you have to do?
Well, we've got to pick up first downs. That's the big thing. We got to eliminate 3 and outs. We got to keep our defense off the field as much as possible. They're extremely talented. They got speed to burn. They got depth. There's not too many deficiencies when you watch their defense, but we've got to do a good job of mixing up the run and the pass. We got to be consistent. And just execute our run game.
How's the quarterbacks look this week, and have you named a starter this week?
No, I haven't named a starter, and probably not going to. Not to the end. I don't know that yet, but they've both had a really good day yesterday. A lot of competition. My challenge to them is consistency. That's what we've got to have, and I think Ben's done a great job, coming in as a reliever, and I've shared that with him. And Nick came in as a reliever and did a good job too. So, I'm not having a problem if I put one on the field and I have to bring somebody off the bench to be a reliever, so to speak, to get us going. I think these guys have both done that, but we'll see how today goes and go from there. But I've been very pleased with the way they are competing and just trying to be consistent with our entire team right now. That's my main message.
There's been a lot made over the friendship that you and Gus have, but how's that friendship changed since you guys are playing each other every year now?
Well, we still talk every week, but the week we play each other. So I hadn't talked to him in over a week, and we'll talk obviously at the game, and then we'll probably talk on Sunday night like we normally do. He is one of my very dear friends, and Christy and Paul are close, and so there's in this profession you have unique friendships, and Gus and I have one, and it goes back to the early 2000s, and he's in high school and I'm in high school, and I got great respect for him. He's done a tremendous job everywhere he's ever been, and his team plays exceptionally hard.
Do you still seek advice like you might have in 2003, or is that kind of beyond the pale?
Well, no, I mean, we'll talk, in the off season we may talk a little bit of scheme here and there, but nothing like we did when I wasn't in the same conference with him.
Coach, 18 games in now. I know you're pleased with the quarterbacks where they are now, but how difficult is it to go over that amount of time without having a guy just totally step up and take over the reins?
It has been difficult. One thing that we preach is consistency, and
Hello. It's our Thursday edition of Pat Jenkins on the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk here on KDSJ 479, and we got a really, really big show planned for you. I told you yesterday that we were going to have some sit-downs with a couple of Diamond Gang prospects, and we caught up. It's today's show. I'll let you hear our OTA sit-down with Tyrese Edwards, 2020 Arkansas commit out of Knoxville, Tennessee, West High School. He'll be joining us momentarily in the sit-down what I had with Tyrese. He'll let you know how Arkansas sits with him, where he's at with his commitment, and also, too, following that up, we're going to catch up. We had another sit-down with five-star, everything, high major prospect for the Diamond Gang, Dwight McLaughlin, 2020 five-star from Klein Oak High School in Houston, Texas. He'll be joining us in the sit-down tonight. You'll hear, just where he's at. He's taking his official visit to the University of Arkansas this weekend, and we'll let you hear what D-Mac has to say. And then at the end, following it up, more Diamond Gang, like we said, we'll talk with Ronald Williams Jr. of Hutchinson Junior College. We'll get his take on just where the Hogs are with him as well. But all that's coming up. But I want to come over to my producer, co-host, the best in the business. What's up, my man? A couple of days away from kickoff, 11 a.m. in Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. Any things that maybe you've had some extra thoughts about that you'll be watching for Saturday?
Not at all. I think, it's a must win. I think KJ should somehow get inserted in this game. I know you made a statement off air that I don't know if you want to reveal to people, but you made a statement about the possibility of the games KJ should play. But, I've been one of those big proponents that he should be playing right now. So I would like to see him get his first SEC experience against a defense like Auburn, because it's going to foreshadow what he can do in the future.
And real quick, before we continue on and get into the Diamond Gang sit-down recruiting interviews here, this will be our recruiting segment. It's brought to you by OTH. Today you'll hear a lot of Razorback talk. I know there's, with the way Chad and the staff, with this football season has been going, a lot of talk is, surrounded about the recruits, where their minds are. So we're going to bring that to you. Also, too, real quick, want to give a shout-out to our sponsors before we get into this. Lindsay & Associates, with an office location in Fayetteville, an office location also, too, in Rogers. Locomotion, located just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall in Fayetteville. Corey Beck's Custom Painting. If you need to look residential, commercial, anything, contact Corey Beck's Custom Painting and you will not be disappointed. And lastly, the one I'm real fond of, you saw me a couple of days ago. I was there, and I'll probably be back today. KDK's Chicken. It's at 989 Razorback Road. Go see Keith and Kathy and get you a plate of that love. And like they always say, it's not your mama's. The best chicken and waffles in the South. But we're going to take a quick break. We caught up yesterday, a couple of days ago, with senior defensive tackle TJ Smith. We'll let you hear what TJ had to say regarding this Auburn game, where the ball club is as far as their mental approach to this game. And then following that, we're going to take you on our Diamond Gang sit-down, as we're going to start with Tyrese Edwards, 2020 defensive end outside linebacker commit for the University of Arkansas out of Knoxville, Tennessee, West High School. All that's coming up. It's on the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479. Let's get it.
It's tough. It's tough, the situation we're in right now. But we're still uplifted. We got tons of energy. We ready to move forward and play everybody that's next. Get some wins.
Not everybody on this roster is a senior. A lot of young guys haven't been through this kind of stuff before. What's it like for you guys to, kind of take those guys under your wing and carry them through this?
It's the situation. It's challenging. It is what it is. But it is what you said. We take them under our wing, lead them the best we can. Everything the head coach says, that's what's coming out of our mouths, and we're feeding it right to them, and strengthening them in this process.
Fragile was a word after the game Saturday about the locker room. Is it fragile, and how do you make sure it doesn't really crack?
And you got a tough group of guys in that room, mentally and physically, emotionally. And we got a lot of guys in that room that are ready to work, ready to get after Auburn.
TJ, good game plan against Auburn last year. You held them to 225. What do you recall from that game, and how are they different offensively?
We played some great defense on that game. I haven't watched the tape on that game this year yet. I remember some things from it. I just remember being pretty physical up front. This is a new year. I'm sure they're ready for us, and we're preparing to put a good defense.
What does Nick's look like as the quarterback there?
He looks good. He looks good. You can tell. He's a freshman. He does some freshman things, but he also does some things that are really elite too. They're all good players.
Do you notice any difference with Soli and getting that club off and how he played on Saturday?
I didn't really pay a lot of attention to Sully watching him. I know he was in a good mood without having that club on, and so yeah.
As Marcus Miller got in a few snaps on Saturday, how do you think he did in his limited action?
Oh man, Marcus, man, well, I call him Bubba, man. He did his thing on Saturday, man. You see, he made a play. He got a TFL. I was turned up on the sidelines watching him do his thing. It's always fun to watch those young guys get in there, and man, you see them grow. You see them when they first get here, and you see them grow, and he's done so much so fast, and he's developing very well.
TJ, I think the fans want to see promise, and they want to see development. Mm-hmm. What can you say about the last 3 games have all been within a touchdown? What can you say about where y'all are headed?
Man, our whole focus in this building, don't really know about the fans or anything like that. Our whole focus is one more. We just got to whatever that gap is. We're trying to fill it. We're doing everything we can to fill that gap. Just one more. That's it for.
Welcome back. It's our Thursday edition of the Impact Star Radio, brought to you each and every day here on KDSJ 479 from 1 to 2 p.m. And we're going to continue on with our Diamond Gang recruiting segment, as we're going to introduce to you an Arkansas Diamond Gang commit in 2020, defensive end outside linebacker Tyrese Edwards from Knoxville, Tennessee, West High School. Tyrese, welcome to OTH, my man.
What'd you say?
Welcome to OTH, my man.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
Let's get off into the recruiting part. You are an Arkansas commitment, Tyrese. Talk about what went into your commitment to Arkansas so early in the recruiting process.
When I went up there my sophomore year with my best friend Drew, I really liked the campus and everything, and how the coaching staff was just so welcoming and all. And then I went back up there a second time, and I just fell in love with the place. I fell in love with the coaching staff. I really believe what Coach Morris is saying, and I love John Chavis and Coach Caldwell. They feel like just family, and I've known them for forever.
I know with this defense and this football team, defensively in particular, going through some pretty rough times right now with it being so young. Do you find yourself sometimes, Tyrese, when you watch this version of the 2019 defense of Arkansas, do you find yourself kind of picturing, this time next year how you can help on that side of the ball?
Yeah, some games I do. I kind of feel like if I can get there in a certain size, and I feel like I can get in there and make some plays, because I feel like they're missing just 1 or 2 big plays right here just to help them get over the edge of some teams.
When you've talked to Coach Caldwell, Coach Chavis, and Coach Morris there at Arkansas, what have they said as to where, you'll be utilized, and also how you would fit into the scheme once you get down here to Fayetteville and get in that Arkansas system?
They said I'd be more like an edge rusher, pass rusher, just get the quarterback scrambling and get him out the pocket.
What is it, Tyrese, that you feel like, right now in your senior year, you're really, really good at it? What are some of the things that you'll continue to work on this season to get ready for that next step, which is SEC football?
Well, I feel like the best thing that I have in my game is just my speed and just my willpower just to get to the quarterback or finish the play. And one thing I feel like I just want to get better on is just my upper body strength and just to add more weight to my frame.
When you look at this program, obviously Arkansas with its struggles going on, social media, do you pay attention to a lot of the negative talk that goes on with this program, or is that just something that you just, you're still committed 100% all in with Arkansas and just, not paying it any mind at all?
I really don't pay it any kind of attention. I'm 100% going to Arkansas. Nothing anybody will say will change my mind. I'm there 100%. They can do all the talking they want. I'm there.
When I come to Knoxville, high school. I'm one of those guys. I'll get popcorn, no ice in my soda pop. I go to the top bleacher in the stadium, Tyrese. When I turn around and that ball's kicked off, what type of defensive football player will I see in number 4, Tyrese Edwards?
Getting up the ball fast, hitting him out before you can hit me, trying to shut them down. They get no momentum because, like, I'm on kickoff too. So I'm trying to go out there and smack you off the rip and then smack you again. First play, second play, third play, make you punt it.
Now, you have a teammate, Drew. That'll be also making his way to play here at the University of Arkansas for Coach Chavis in that defensive side. You know, how excited are you to be able to continue your collegiate career playing football with somebody that's been by your side, you know, probably for more years than any of us may know? How excited are you to have Drew as your teammate?
I'm really excited, actually. I remember, like, back in 7th grade when I first started playing football and I played tight end. And I was talking to Drew. I'm like, it'd be so cool if, like, we got to play college football together. And then growing up through high school and, like, our junior and sophomore year, like, seeing this come true. And I was like, it just makes me happy. You know, I have somebody from Knoxville with me there, a brother I can lean on anytime I need help or anything like that.
Are there any schools right now, Tyrese, that's you know, been talking to you, still recruiting you, trying to, you know, get you maybe to take an official visit at all?
No, not really.
Now, I know, we all want to aspire to play NFL somewhat. But are there any NFL or collegiate defensive or outside linebackers that, Tyrese, you watch and maybe take parts of what they do and implement them into your game on Friday nights?
I watch a lot of Khalil Mack and
that's not a bad guy to watch.
And Aaron Donald.
No, those are two great guys. Two really, really exceptional guys to watch. Now, let's have a little fun. And we'll let everybody know that it just tuned in. We're talking with Tyrese Edwards, 2020 Arkansas commit out of Knoxville, Tennessee, West High School here on the Hill with Pat Jenkins Sports Talk Radio. Let's have a little fun, my man.
Right.
What, in your play, on your playlist, what 3 groups is Tyrese Edwards feeling the most at this moment?
3 groups would probably be rap, a lot of classic music, and I like the blues.
Now, I'm going to make a statement, and I want to thank you for taking time out here on OTH to let us be a part of your recruiting journey and, let all the Razorback listeners get a piece of Tyrese Edwards. But I'm going to make a statement, and I want you to finish it for me. When football is done for Tyrese Edwards, he'll be doing what afterwards?
I'll probably be doing physical therapy, trying to work my way into that or try to do like sports analyst stuff like that, trying to just stay in like the area of like football and sports. It kind of just like it's just like part of me. It makes me happy just to be around that kind of stuff.
Now, real quick, is there any message you'd like to send out to all Razorback fans from Tyrese Edwards?
Man, just keep your head up. Things are going to change here in the future. Bright things to come.
Well, Tyrese, thank you for taking time out here on OTH today to let us be a part of your journey. And good luck this Friday, man. Continued senior success, and you have a blessed one, my man.
Thank you, man.
All right. That.
Step away. Get us a real quick break to call
make sure we're doing our jobs and make sure we're aware of everything, make sure it's not trick plays, and we do our assignments right.
Buzz, what's the locker room like right now?
Our percent, we just gotta make sure where everyone out on the field. We gotta make sure we're doing our jobs and make sure we're aware of everything. Make sure it's not trick plays and we do our assignments right.
Buzz, what's the locker room like right now? And you as a leader, is there a component of your job as being a leader to help hold things together?
For the young guys, just make sure I talk to them, letting them know that everything's gonna be straight. We're just not gonna be just down in the dumps. We always gonna be up. This locker room still gonna be the same locker room, win or lose. We never lose a game. We make sure we learn lessons from it. So that's the biggest thing that we learn from it. So everyone lose. Everyone have to lose sometime soon.
Surprised by Devin's decision to transfer?
That was his decision. He made the best decision for him. I'm happy for him. At the end of the day, I know whatever school he go to, they're gonna get a great cornerback from New Orleans, and I'm just happy for him at the end of the day.
What kind of tone have the coaches set for y'all this week?
Same tone that they set all season, just to be great, just to make sure that we work harder and harder every day, and coming into the game, make sure we just do our assignments. Ain't nothing really changed from it.
Is it difficult playing every snap of the game back there in the back end, especially before you guys?
No, not for me really, because I did that in high school, plus doing special teams. So me playing every game I'm playing every player of every game. It's not that hard. So I just got used to it really. Just make sure I do extra conditioning and everything just to be on my A game.
We've seen from Auburn wide receivers, they got a lot of speed.
Yeah, I went against Anthony Swartz in high school. He went to my sister school, American Heritage Plantation, with the Delray American Heritage. He's just a great athlete, same about 18 and all the other receivers. They just got a good, fast receiving core. We just got to make sure we play physical, play hard, and just know where our feet are.
How do you personally tune out the noise and just make sure you're focused on this week?
I just tune it out. I really just don't think about it really. I don't pay social media no attention at all because I look at it as y'all giving me comments and y'all not hearing our foots. Y'all not waking up 5:30 in the morning coming to 6 o'clock workouts. So why should I listen to what you have to say? I make sure I listen to my coaches and my teammates and to anybody else around in this facility. So I just make sure I do that.
What do we know? What do we not know? What do the fans not know about what's going on in that locker room and how you guys are?
Back. It's on here with
fans
Sports Talk
think
Radio
that,
coming to you live each and every day here on KDSJ 479 from 1 to 2 p.m. And joining me now, four-star sensation out of Houston, Texas, Klein Oak High School, 2020, do everything, and the big-time Arkansas prospect, Dwight McLaughlin. Dwight, welcome to OTH, my man.
All right, what's up?
Let's get off into the recruiting process. Major Arkansas target, Dwight. How is the recruiting process going up to this point for you?
It's very hard. I'm still deciding on who I want, where I want to go and stuff, and check out the places. Like Arkansas is gonna be my first official, so I'm excited about that.
You came up with a top 5. You narrowed that down several weeks ago, over a month or so ago, Dwight. What all went into those 5 schools making your final 5 cut for schools that you're really going to focus in on to narrow down to where you want to go?
Say that one more time, please.
What went into picking those 5 schools to narrow down to just those 5 schools? What was it about each and every one of those schools?
It was based off relationships and on schools that I feel like that I can see myself going, and where I feel like I can be comfortable at and stuff, and what fits me.
We talked earlier in the week, Dwight, and you played for Deion Sanders last year, your junior year. Moved to Klein Oak for your senior year. What went into those factors? Because I was looking for you earlier in the year. I saw a game that they were playing. You weren't there. You're at Klein Oak. Why did you choose to go to Klein Oak High School to finish out your high school career?
Because I'm actually from Houston, and me and my family decided to move back, and that was the best choice for us with job situations and stuff. and it was good to be back home. It was best for me to be back home and play for all my cousins and family can see, you know.
Talking with four-star sensation, do all everything athlete Dwight McLaughlin out of Houston, Texas, Klein Oak High School here on the Hill Sports Talk Radio. For those that are just tuning in to our broadcast, I want to talk to you a little bit about the leadership part of you, Dwight. I see a lot of film. I've had a chance to watch a lot of interviews that you've done this year in the Houston area, and just your leadership sticks out. Talk about that, and where did that come from? Did it come from your parents, or who instilled that leadership role in you that you display so well?
I feel like God did at the best because like I'm a very outgoing person, and I can start a conversation with anyone. I can make anyone's day. I'm just a leader on and off the field. I do the little things the most. Like the little things matter more than the big things, and I just treat everyone the same and treat everybody with love. Love everyone, and also God, man, He died for us, so why not just make the best out of everything, you know?
I like that. Talk about Dwight McLaughlin, the football player. What are some things that really stick out that you feel you're really good at, and what are some other things, Dwight, that you're working on your senior year to make even better when you get to the collegiate level of your school of choice?
I'm a great teammate. I always do things with my teammates. Never leave nobody out. Whatever I can do to just help others get better, even myself, I do, and just like creating a relationship and bond with the guys. That is a big goal for me because like we all in it together. We all sweat and work together, you know, and just getting what I need to get better at. Probably. I don't really know yet. I don't really know, honestly.
From the film, my man, you ain't got much to work on it, in my opinion. But when you talk Arkansas, I know you'll be making your first official visit, as you stated, to the university this coming weekend for the Auburn game. We talked earlier. Mark Smith is your lead recruiter. Talk about the relationship that you have with Coach Mark Smith there at Arkansas, and what are some of the things that you and Coach Smith have talked about as to where how you would fit in here, at Arkansas, if that's where you choose to spend the next 3 to 4 years of your collegiate football career?
I have a great chance to come in and get early reps and most likely play a lot. I know I'll have to like work wherever I go, but it'll be a good open chance for me to really show what I have and be able to start or just touch the field a lot, you know. And I can be a big piece. Really, I'm one of the big missing pieces that they are missing, and I'm just trying to get up there and just meet them and just see what we're working with.
When you look at this football team, and I don't know if you've had a chance to watch any of the season up to this point, real young defense. I'm pretty sure it's been well documented.
Yes.
How does that help Arkansas's chances? Are you looking to Dwight to go to a school kind of where you can lift up that program, or you still hadn't made that decision yet?
Well, Arkansas, everyone knows that it's going to take time, but everybody knows that they can play, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people's goal is to get film and be able to go to the NFL or wherever you want to do. It's a great college with academics, with all that, and I just on the back end, I just feel like that it would have to take time for the future, honestly, but everybody's young and like I'm just there to just do my part, you know, and just help how I could. I'm not really focused on like national championships really. I'm just there to just help out as I could, do my role.
Talking with four-star athlete Dwight McLaughlin out of Houston, Texas, Klein Oak High School. You have a big ceremony coming up here in the coming weeks, Dwight, as you were nominated and accepted the opportunity to play in the U.S. Army All-American game in early January. Talk about, just the privilege that you'll have to be able to play in that game and represent the state of Texas. How big is that to end your senior year in the Army All-American game?
To me, that's a big goal. I've been watching many people playing it, and it looked very fun. And being able to see, being able for all my family members to come down and see me playing in my last high school game, that should be pretty fun and going against a lot of competition.
Now, if I come to your game, I'm one of those guys that like popcorn. I'm going to get soda pop with no ice, and I'm going to the top of the bleacher. When I sit down and that ball's kicked off, what type of football player will I see in number 4, Dwight McGlothern?
You would see like a hype person, a fun, enjoying it. You would even laugh at the game, like just laugh at what I just do. You would see a great teammate, just all smiles. Honestly, you would see smiles. If you would see me smiling so much, you would be like, dang. You would be looking for a frown, like you would be looking for me not to smile,
I like that.
Well, loud.
Well, I know we got about a minute or so left in this interview, Dwight, but I'm going to make a statement, and I want you to, put the finishing sentence to that. When football is over for Dwight McGlothern, he'll be doing what afterwards?
Honestly, I would just be relaxing. Probably just catch up on footballs or just go on vacations. If not, just trying to help the community or where I grew up at or something.
Well, Dwight, man, I love having you take time out here on the hill. Hey, you enjoy your game. Continue to have a very, very successful senior year. Good luck this Friday night, and my man, you have a safe trip up for your official visit on the hill this weekend. All right?
Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you have a blessing. That was
everything athlete out of Klein Oak High School in Houston, Texas, being recruited heavily by the likes of his lead recruiter, Mark Smith, Coach Morris, Coach Chavis, and that staff. Would love to have this young man be a part of this program as he's come up with his Final Five, as Arkansas, Oregon, Georgia, Texas, and the LSU Tigers made that Final Five. It's going to be tough, Demetrius. I'm telling you. It's going to be tough to get this kid here, but Arkansas gets the first visit, and, there was a lot more in that interview that we talked about prior to getting our sit down. But we're going to step away. We got more audio. We caught up yesterday for those that didn't get a chance to hear our media availability with Traylon Burks, freshman wide receiver sensation. And I'm talking about soon to be the face of Arkansas football. I'm telling you. We'll find out what he has to say, and then we'll continue on with another Diamond Gang prospect from Hutchinson Junior College, Ronald Williams Jr. You'll hear what he has to say in my sit down with Mr. Williams. You'll find out where Arkansas sits and all. There's just so much coming up. It's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479. Back in a bit.
Things not starting off quite the way.
I mean, everything's not promised. So, it's not going our way, but we'll just keep pushing forward and get better day by day. And maybe that miracle might come. So we just keep getting better and better every day at practice.
You've shown to make plays when the ball's in your hand. Do you think you're better ready for a bigger role, maybe taking some more handoff type stuff? You're kind of a do-it-all guy at Warren.
I'll just do whatever I can do the best for the team. Anywhere, it doesn't matter to me. So I just do what I can for the team.
On that punt return, it looked like you were just kind of toying with that guy where you had the nice return towards the end of the game. Just kind of toying, setting that guy up, I guess.
Yeah, I was just trying to just bait him up into biting, thinking I was going to go backwards. And he bit forward. I just did what I had to do.
You catch punts different than most people. I'm sure you're aware of that. Most people kind of catch it like that. But is that something to do with your just having big hands and just being able to snatch it?
That's just how I've always caught the ball since junior high. It's just, I don't know. It's just different, I guess.
Did the coaches question you about it when you first started doing it?
Yeah, they questioned me about it. They tried to change it, but I didn't feel comfortable catching it with my body, so could just let me do it.
So you wear 5X, well, they don't have 5X gloves for you. So you just kind of, is that uncomfortable or?
4X, best I can. By the end of the week, my hands be poking out the gloves.
What did you think of Ben and Nick today that kind of opened up QB competition?
I mean, it was good. I mean, it really doesn't matter who's the quarterback. We're still just going to go out there and catch the ball whenever it's thrown. So we just cheer those guys up every day just to get better and to make us better.
What did you see from Ben coming off the bench last couple of games and doing what he's done?
It was good. I mean, he came off and helped the team. You could tell that he's had a positive attitude about everything. And so that's good for the team and our environment.
How do you tune out everything on social media?
Team, that very young defensive team. I don't know if you've had a chance to watch any of those games, but if so, do you sometimes look at Arkansas this season and kind of picture yourself as to how you would fit in and help their program?
Yes, sir. I mean, I'll have to really come in and just take that leadership role because, like you said, the defense, I mean, they're young, so, man, they got to have a leader. Somebody got to drive the boat.
Your defensive coordinator is a former Arkansas alum, that being Coach Alfred Davis. You know, have you had a chance to talk to Coach Davis about Arkansas? And if so, what are some things he's told you about, playing football here at Arkansas?
I mean, we really haven't even really got a chance to, talk too much, get too much off in it, really yet.
You heading into your final year of junior college football there at Hutch, what are some things, Ronald, that you feel like you're really, really good at, and what are some things that you've been working on to prepare yourself for that next level once you pick your school of choice?
Just staying focused, doing my job, and not trying to do everyone else's job, just doing my job.
Now, when we spoke earlier this week, the thing I like about you that stuck out to me was the confidence. Is that something that you just grew up with, or where does the confidence when you're on the football field come from?
That's just me, Coach. I mean, I'm from Fairleigh, Louisiana, so if you got to be from there to know how people are from there. I mean,
right?
It's a pride thing. Like it's a real big pride thing when you come from Fairleigh.
Now, you being from the boot, I'm pretty sure you are well aware of, John Chavis and Ron Cooper. Coach Cooper having coached so many NFL defensive backs. The Honey Badger comes to mind, Patrick Peterson, Morris Claiborne, and those guys. Does that play a factor in knowing what Coach Chavis and Coach Cooper have done with defenses, and in particular, guys back there in the secondary? Is that something that stuck out to you?
Yes, sir. I mean, because I need a person where that can set me up to achieve my goals and go play at the next level.
Now, notice, you being from Louisiana, do you get any in-state pressure? Is LSU one of the schools that's been reaching out? And if so, how much pressure is it that you receive? I know you're there at Hutch, but still yet you get some of that hometown stuff. Is any of the family members or friends
kind of, expecting you maybe to go back to LSU, or is it still a decision that you'll sit down with your family and do what's best for Ronald Williams II?
Right. I mean, yeah, they have been reaching out to me, but I mean, it's not. No, it's really my decision. Like my family don't really get off until like all of that because really at the end of the day, it's just a game. It's football, and I'm going to school to actually to get my degree too. So they don't really get off into it. It's really about what make me happy, where I'm comfortable at, and where I'm gonna be able to go in and play at. Like, cause I don't got time to sit around, wait. I only got 2 years left, so I got to go in and get it.
Talking with Ronald Williams Jr. of Hutchinson Junior College, 2020, big-time Arkansas target, big-time football player. Ronald, I'm one of those guys when I come to the football stadium, I like to get popcorn. I'm going to get Coke and have no ice in it. And I'm going to the top of the bleacher at Hutchinson Stadium. When I do that, I sit down, that ball's kicked off. Describe to me what type of football player will I see in Ronald Williams Jr.?
Coach, you're gonna see a gorilla, coach.
I like that answer. Answer. Who are some of the NFL or collegiate players, Ronald, that you watch, kind of maybe study and add parts to your games on the weekends?
I study Jalen Ramsey. I study him a lot. I study Pat Pete. And another one, I studied Lonnie Johnson Jr. He just went in though. He just went in not too long ago. I think last year he went in.
Well, we're gonna have a little fun. If I ask you to give me your 3 groups that you're vibing with right now, what 3 groups turn you up, so to speak, Ronald, when the music gets cut off?
You said my 3 groups?
As they say, what turns you up?
So, like, describe, like, exactly what you mean by
groups. Do you listen to Drake? Are you a Migos fan? Or, the Baby, somebody that you listen to? What 3, who are you vibing with right now?
All right, I'm with Young Boy.
I can see that.
I'm with Young Boy. I'm a little bit with the Baby. And I'm with Lil Baby too.
See, those are all good ones. I mean, the give them something to bop to. That's my song. But I want to thank you for taking time out here on the show, Ronald. And real quick, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to finish the statement for me. When football is done for Ronald Williams Jr., he'll be doing what afterwards?
Sitting back, coach. I had to prop my feet up. I had to rest.
Well, Ronald, my man, I love you taking time out here to just give us a piece of your journey here on the Hill. You continue to prosper, young man, in your sophomore campaign, and I look forward to keeping up with you, my man.
Oh yeah, stay in touch.
All right.
That was 2020, big-time Arkansas prospect for the Diamond Gang out of Hutchinson Junior College, Ronald Williams Jr. And that is going to conclude our segment of On the Hill today, as we gave you a lot of Diamond Gang. I know a lot of people, as we've been watching social media, Demetrius, it was, how are the recruits? What are they saying? So we thought we'd do you one and just bring some of their voices out. And we'll have much, much more in the weeks to come and days to come. Pertaining this football recruiting class, as I still think Arkansas has a chance. They're recruiting some big-time athletes that really believe in this program. You heard from Tyrese Edwards, the 2020 commit out of Knoxville, Tennessee West High School. You heard from Dwight McLaughlin, 2020 athlete, do-everything athlete out of Klein Oak there in the Houston, Texas area. And then we closed that out with the boot prospect by way of Louisiana and Hutchinson Junior College safety Ronald Williams Jr. All those recruits really had a lot to say in it. I hope that what we did and how we brought it to you today, you can kind of get an understanding that all is not lost with this recruiting class. Sure, they lost Takis Crawford. They've lost Greedy Vance, but this staff are still recruiting some of the elite difference makers in college football, and it's going to be a really big weekend. In Fayetteville this weekend, a lot of things are going to be taking place as Nolan Richardson we'll be having his name added to Bud Walton Arena floor, which I know is long overdue, and it's probably from an African American standpoint and a young man that grew up watching Nolan Richardson. It'll be my proudest moment covering and being able to watch a man that I thought highly of, that I looked at as a big-time role model growing up. You being a teenager and watching Nolan do the things that he did and accomplish the things that he was able to accomplish. It's going to be a very, very exciting time for me, not only from the media standpoint, from a personal standpoint, knowing Nolan as I do. But we're going to wrap it up today. I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors, Lindsay and Associates, with an office location in Fayetteville and an office location also too in Rogers. A Locomotion, located just below the Northwest Arkansas Mall in Fayetteville. Corey Beck Custom Painting. Need it to look good, residential, commercial, or anything. I'm telling you, call Corey Beck and you will not be disappointed. And lastly, the sponsor I love the most, KDK's Chicken at 989 Razorback Road. Go down and see Keith and Kathy, and you hear me say it all the time. Go get your plate of that love, because it's not your mama's. The best chicken and waffles in the South. That's going to wrap it up from myself, from my producer, Demetrius Johnson, to you all. You know what tomorrow is. You know what tomorrow is. It's that one letter. It's the A, and we'll bring it to you in its entirety. A lot will be going on in tomorrow's show, and maybe a special guest with some special thoughts about this upcoming weekend. But we'll get off into all that tomorrow. But for now, it's On the Hill with Pat Jenkins on KDSJ 479. You guys have a blessed one, and let's get it.